G'day everyone, Jaimunji here, and I am here with Osaka Punch's own Blair. How are you today, mate?
Hey guys, how you doing? Doing great. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
No, you're more than welcome. It's been a pleasure to have you here. In fact, I'm one of the lucky few. I've been listening to the new album the last 2 days. Massive, massive fan. You must be so proud. Like it's only a couple of days until
Oh,
release.
yes, absolutely. It's a pretty momentous occasion. It's a big feeling, especially not having music out for so long and now finally having something that's coming out. It feels awesome, and can't wait for everybody to hear it.
I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised. There was a couple of twists and turns in this album. It felt like, and this is going to sound maybe like a weird analogy to use, it felt like a movie. It didn't feel like it was one thing the whole way through. It had its ups, its downs. It's like its actiony moments, it's kind of more subtle moments, and even a couple of romance kind of scenes in there as well.
Yeah, it's kind of I suppose true to the Osaka Punch kind of overall theme, I guess. Hey.
Definitely, most definitely is. In fact, how long has this been in the works for? Because I've kind of did my little bit of research here and there, and it looks like there's been jokes about this being in the works since almost 2017, if I'm wrong.
Yes, no, that's about right. So it's been in the works for a while, and that includes before I joined the band as
Yep.
well. And so yeah, I think it's been in the works since about that time that How We Operate and those kind of singles were put out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the boys got really busy with touring with all of these great bands like COG and Butterfly Effect and all of those guys. And so with that, it kind of got put on the back burner, and then here we are.
Yeah,
Here we
here
are,
we
and
are.
it's about to come out. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a journey, but we've made it, and we feel great about it.
Look, it's kind of surreal, all that work, and you finally get to show it to the world right before you go on huge tour of the nation. That's got to be
Totally
exciting
right.
as well.
Absolutely. We are just ecstatic to be able to go to all of these different places and play a lot of new music for everybody, which is just going to be awesome. And we're here to party. It's going to be fantastic.
Hell yeah, man. In fact, speaking of that, are you gonna? How many tracks do you reckon you're gonna try and slide in from the new album to the live show?
So yeah, we're pretty much going to be playing all of it except one.
Oh,
So pretty much all of the new tracks except one off the album. Yeah.
okay. Geez, that's going to be good. That's going to be like I said, a bit of a roller coaster of the gig because I don't want to give any
Totally.
spoilers away, but the song "Too Old," which I am definitely relating with right now,
Sure.
definitely has one of my absolute favorite parts in the whole album. In fact, I had to do a double take at the halfway mark. I was like, "Oh, okay."
We were hoping with that track that was kind of the response to it. Yeah,
It
yeah.
definitely was. It was one of those ones too where I was just I was taken back. I went back to the start of the song. I was like, no, no, okay, this is still the same song. That's so different in left field, but it 110% just kind of works in the whole fitting of the band.
It's amazing. Hey, I mean, when I was first presented with that and listened to kind of the demo of it, the first thing was I love this. This is
Mm.
just so Osaka Punch, and just exactly, you're right. It's like a complete curveball, and how much fun. It's awesome.
Yeah,
And every time we listen to it, even after recording it and playing it and all of that, even when we listen to it, we love it. It's such a good time.
yeah.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
I've never had so much, and I like the word fun. So much fun listening to an album. Like it has a bit of everything, and like I said, it kind of takes you off guard sometimes when you listen to a song like Heat Death Ray, for example. I think that was a really good choice for the opener because there's so many
Yep.
different elements to it. It almost sounds like it would have fit at the beginning of WandaVision, the first 30 seconds of the song,
Yeah.
and then maybe an 80s adult film in certain sections of the song. And then it goes into this
Totally.
big kind of rock song as well in it. I was kind of like, oh, okay. That really set the tone for me. But even then, saying that, there was still plenty of surprises on the album that I couldn't get around.
Yeah, totally. I mean, there's so much in it. It's like jam packed with kind of everything. And Heat Death Ray is a great example of kind of us exploring a lot of that kind of stuff and including it in a song. Yeah.
No. And it's done extremely well as well. Like I said, you've got
Oh,
to be so
thank
proud
you.
of it all. No, no, no. Thank you, mate. Speaking of the tour, is this the first big tour you guys have done since lockdown?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, pretty much. So we did the Crimpology tour earlier this year, which was kind of more of us to kind of get back out and say, hey, here we are,
Yeah.
and also to kind of say we've got new music coming out, an album coming out. And so, yeah, this is kind of be the big hit for a little while. Yes, since that time. Yeah.
No, perfect timing for it too, because in Australia, if you're watching from somewhere else, we were kind of hit with 2 of those lockdowns. We got really excited at the beginning of 2021, and then we were told to go back inside. So
yeah,
you just got to.
It was a muck around. Hey, the whole COVID thing for us, but yeah, it's just going to be amazing to come out and just have a good time with everybody. We can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait for it either. And it's funny, Osaka Punch is such a interesting name, and I know it's a bit of a play on words as well. But I almost did a scour of the internet because it sounds like the band's named after a cocktail. And it got me thinking, if it was, what type of cocktail do you reckon it'd be?
That is a fantastic question. I would have to think if it's some form of punch, it's got to be a lot of things mixed together to take that. Yeah.
Which kind of describes the music. It's a lot of things mixed together.
Yeah, true. That's a perfect analogy. Exactly right.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to kind of test you with, because I do know you're well, you are the newest member of the band, aren't you? You've been a couple of years now, but still fairly new.
Yeah.
When you told friends, hey, I've just joined this band, Osaka Punch, they were like, oh, what type of music did they play? How'd you go about explaining that? Because I can't do it myself.
Still to this day, I still don't know how to do it myself either. I've had a few people say, hey, what kind of music do you play? How do you describe it? And I'm like, everything, I guess, kind of the whole lot. It's kind of that mix of funk and pop and heavy stuff. Just a lot. Just a mishmash of amazing vibes that we all love to create together, I guess.
Yeah, and it all works. And it all works. And credit to you all for making it work as well. It's a fun, energetic band that's got, a little bit of seriousness thrown here and there as well. How do you balance that, going from, okay, the tongue-in-cheek humor we have in some stuff, and switch to serious without it making seem like a huge dramatic shift of the whole album?
I think for us, it's, I suppose we kind of have this almost, we like to have a bit of fun and have a laugh at ourselves. And so with that comes a lot of that, I guess, comedic part of it. But with the music being the music that it kind of is, I suppose that we're able to kind of come in and out of that kind of, I suppose, comedic kind of thing into the kind of more serious thing, I guess.
Yeah, and it blends, it works. And if you haven't heard of the band before, I'm sure you're going to check it out now, because if you just heard him explain how many different styles of music they've got, it's not a lie. It's not just a little bit of jazz here, or a little bit of funk here, or a little bit of heavy metal riffs here. It's all those things at once. I don't know how my brain processed it or could handle it all together, but it did. I'm in love with it. It's you've done extremely well, mate. And look,
thank you.
I don't want to take up too much of your time today. I'm sure you're excited. You're getting ready to go out on tour, so we've got to get practice in. Is there anything you want to say to the people out there who might be thinking about coming along to a live show? What is a good reason to come along to one of your shows?
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest things that we as a band really are big on is that we just love to have a good time. And so I think that comes across in our live show really well. And when people kind of come to our shows, and including people that have never seen us before, and they might come along to a show for the first time, they leave just feeling kind of like, wow, that was a great time, Yeah. And so for that, I think that kind of experience is just a really cool takeaway. And I mean, even for me, before I joined Osaka Punch, I remember seeing them open for 12 Foot Ninja in Brisbane.
Oh, wow.
And it was my first time seeing Osaka Punch live. And I remember leaving that gig just going, oh my goodness, I can't believe what I just watched and how much fun I had listening to Osaka Punch. It was amazing.
Yeah. And it is.
I think, thank you. And I think, with that, it's just such a good time for us on stage, because we're just having a ball, and seeing everybody have a ball with us is just the best. It's honestly, we love it so much.
Yeah, and I guess that helps the live show as well, because you kind of feed from the energy. When everyone's there just having a good time, you can't help but have a good time yourself, really, can you?
That's exactly right. Exactly it.
Well, thank you so much for that, mate. I'm going to link the tour dates below. I suggest you come along if they're playing in your city. I will be seeing you guys in Sydney at the Crowbar. I am looking forward to it.
Amazing. Mate, thank you so much.
No, thank you so much for your time today, and enjoy band practice.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much. Take care. Hey, we'll see you at Sydney. Can't wait to see you then.
I'll see you there, mate.
Awesome. Thanks so much. See ya.